Firstly, I want to thank the people who helped produce this. Bilbrey, Joseph Arpad, Stephen Burnett, Aaron that dude. You guys are gods.
Thank you, Cataclysmic Design!
Disclaimer. The following presentation contains many religious parallels. It is not my intention to mock any faith. Rather, I'm wanting to tap into the worship and ritual instinct that already exists inside us. We are programmed to follow steps, even more so when it comes to topics of devotion. And the topic of this devotion is rock. Specifically, yours. G'day, I'm Zoog Von Rock from Angelspit. You and I need to have a discussion about your time management, specifically how it's ebbing away. Here's your problem. You work so hard to get the money you need to fund your project, but you're always running out of time to actually do your project. And if you do get time, you're too exhausted. I have a solution. It will require discipline. It will require sacrifice. It will require you spending time off the internet. It will require you turning down social opportunities. Brothers and sisters in rock, I give you church. That's right, I'm peddling religion, specifically the religion of creative awesome. I am pushing God, the God of rock, namely you.
Thank you, Emily Decapitatrix!
Here's how it works. You will pick one night a week, preferably a weeknight. You cannot move this night. It's critical this becomes a habit. It will take about 1 month of repetition for this to become a habit. For the sake of the exercise, let's pick Tuesday night. And again, I stress, do not move this night. If you get invited out, tell them you can't go because you have church. If they push you, tell them it's very important to your spiritual life and you're not comfortable about going into details about it. Do not be distracted. Do not move this night. Stick to your plan religiously.
Thank you, Tetratron!
Here's what you need. Creative space. A space to worship. Music for your creative time. Music for worship. Publications for your creative time. Holy books. Food and drink for ritual. Lighting. Candles, incense, whatever. Creative space. Choose your creative space. Choose it wisely. Make sure it's clean and organized. If you chose a Tuesday night church session, spend Monday night organizing it and getting it ready. This is important. It's a part of your religious ritual. This cleaning time will help you get into the zone and focus on the awesomeness that Tuesday night will bring. Have candles, incense, lava lamps, and whatever ready to go. That might sound rather hippie, but lighting actually really does help the vibe. Turn off the fluoro lights, point the lamps to the ceiling, power up a lava lamp, oil burners, candles, whatever. This stuff really helps the rock flow.
Thank you, Cameo, aka Keo!
It is critical that your church space has no internet access. If you need something from the web, get organized. Just grab it before your church session. Turn off Wi-Fi, physically disconnect the network plug. The second you go online is the second you blow it. It will be over. You'll end up checking your emails, checking social media, masturbating online. Let's be clear on this. 95% of the time that you spend on social media is a complete waste of time. Next, turn off your phone. Leave it in another room. Do not bring it into your holy space. You do not text when you are in the Church of Rock. You will not take calls. If you're serious about this, you've got to make sacrifices.
Thank you, Stephanie Davidson!
Music for worship. Background music can help you get in a creative mood. This might not apply to people who do musical projects because not everybody listens to music when they're making music. Although having quiet music in the background does kind of help me a bit. Holst is badass. Even AM talkback radio is great to have sniggering away in the background because it makes me so fucking angry and I can use that energy to bring brutal rock.
Thank you, Julian Henderson, God of Rock!
Night of worship. You've spent a week psyching yourself up for this. You know which track you're going to be working on and you've spent the week thinking about it. This is very important as you need to know what you're going to be doing for the next 6 hours and how you're going to be doing it. You grabbed a disco nap on the way home from work and you also picked up some takeaway as cooking bites into your creative time. Your phone is off. You're using a computer where the Wi-Fi is physically switched off or the network cable is unplugged. The second you go online is the second the ritual is broken and the vibe goes out the window. Your workspace is organized and ready to receive the awesome that shall spew forth. The candles, incense, and lighting is ready. Now, go into your temple of rock, close the door, and bring the rock.
Thank you! MayMay Macabre, CASANOVA CUPCAKE!
I highly recommend you stay sober, as this is not the primary time for coming up with new ideas, but for consolidating ideas and forging them into a song. This requires a lot of decision making, and decision making needs focus. For me, the best focus is achieved sober. Having trouble getting started? Spend 10 minutes brewing a cup of coffee or a nice cup of tea. Make it a ritual. Don't use a drip filter or tea bags. Use a percolator or dried tea leaves. Do this because of the physical process involved. Use this time to think about the night's creative awesome and get hyped for rock action.
Thank you, the obscure tempest!
The objective is to get 6 solid hours per session. Once you are done, go to bed. Don't clean your creative space. Leave that for another time. This will add fuel to your creative ritual for another day. It is so important to remember that your church session is not a time for coming up with ideas, it's for consolidating already existing ideas. You know that saying 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration? Church is a time for perspiration, i.e. hard work, decision making, and building the song. Inspiration comes when you least expect it. I talk about this more in the inspiration Blipvert. If you're having a shit day, remind yourself, Tuesday night is coming. If you're asking yourself, what the hell am I doing with my life? Remind yourself, Tuesday night is your redemption. The average song takes 24 to 30 hours to complete. That's roughly 4 church sessions. That's 4 weeks. That's 1 song a month. That's an album a year. That's awesome.
Thank you to the grim life of hack and slash!
I spoke with my friend MayMay Macabre from the punk industrial Victorian band CASANOVA CUPCAKE. MayMay studies cosmetology 4 days a week and works on Fridays. He's chosen Thursday night, 6 p.m. to midnight, as his church night. What do you do when the creative bug bites?
I write it down in a really weird way. I draw the MIDI files, or if I have my phone with me, I would record it.
Cool. So outside church, when do you get to work on music?
I usually have about a lunch break around school. Right now, I have just little cuts of time with all those notes that I have, compiling them into a clean rough draft on paper.
Cool. So how do you put them all together? Do you get a chance to work on a song outside your studio?
Well, while I was recording the last album, do as much as I could, and then I would put it on my phone, on my USB. There was a port in my car where I can actually listen to it back, so I would just listen to it and think about what I could add to it.
Thank you, my friend! International Land Rock!
Recap: 1 night a week, at least 6 hours. Get off the web. Turn off your phone. Always carry an ideas recorder with you. Discipline. Make coffee or tea or whatever to help you get into the zone. Get off the net. Make this a habit. Bring the rock.
Angelspit!
Yeah.